It was the 1990s, a big show in a small town off I-75 in Georgia. They were called the biggest cocks in the henhouse. But things have changed since then. It's been 30 years, and they finally found a home here, like everyone else, doing a podcast. It's Erica and Mark, the phone call podcast thing.
Hello?
I'm looking for Mark. Mark, did you start doing drugs again? What happened? Are you stoned? Are you stoned right now?
Who is this? Who's speaking, please?
This is Erica. Hi, Mark. Hi, Mark.
Okay, what's our code word, Erica? If you're truly Erica, you'll have a code word.
Well, my safe word is jelly bean, but you don't need to know that.
Okay, I think it's safe. I think it's safe that you are you.
Okay. Well, why
I'm
are
a
you?
little panicked right now.
What happened?
I'm a little panicked right now. But I tell you, all the blinds in the house are drawn.
Do you think AI's coming for you? What's wrong, man? Tell me what happened.
No. This is worse than AI.
Oh, I doubt that.
This is foreigners.
No, so it's kind of like an actual Terminator, but from Honduras.
Yeah, terminating I'm trying to terminate my life. Not physically, but financially.
So you were attacked by foreign scammers.
Okay, so
oh
right,
God, please. All right, so, no, I don't. Please tell me that you or your wife did not click on the text message that says you have a package that needs to be cleared for shipment.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Hold on. Maybe it is, hey, this is Wells Fargo and we have a problem with your account. Touch here to contact us. Was that?
No, not that.
All right. Give me one more. Let's see. It was a call to you impersonating a service that you actually have that wasn't real and you lost thousands of dollars.
Well, very close, except I called them.
Oh, you called them. How did you get their number, perchance?
Google.
And who were you trying to call?
I was trying to call Royal Caribbean.
Uh-huh.
And I was looking for the and I was going through the Royal Caribbean app, and I couldn't find it.
You called Royal Caribbean. That's what happened. That's your mistake. Such an easy mistake to make.
What I was trying to do was because they offer a shuttle service from the airport to the port of Miami. Okay, so I figured normally I go and I stay in downtown Miami and I spend, I don't know, $1,000, $1,500 on meals and hotels for one night and then go from there to the port.
Okay.
And I decided this year when we go on our cruise, we're going to fly straight down to Miami and on the day of the cruise, shuttle to the
all right, Mark.
port.
Mark, who did you call?
Okay.
Who did you call?
So, well,
I got to know.
I don't know, but I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you this though. Here's what I do know, because I can see this on my Apple Card. By the way, I'm going to tell you, this is not trying to be a commercial for Apple, an Apple Card, but they rock.
They're on it, aren't they?
Everything about their credit card is on point.
Yeah.
From the rotating 3-digit number, so nobody can get into your crap, to not having any number on your card.
I love the Apple credit card. I have one myself. I love it. Oh, I just gave away too much information.
The company's name is shuttlefinder.com. And I'm going to go ahead and put them out there, and I'm going to put them on blast. And if they sue me, they sue me. But this is what their person did to me.
Okay.
I called it's at Royal Caribbean, and then I said shuttle service. So instead of looking to see what the zip code was, I just went right to the number and called the toll-free number. I mean, not the URL is. So I get to this place, and they said, yes, we handled that for there. And what are you looking for? And what's your flights and all this stuff? They're looking for the information, things that you need. What time you coming in? So and what time does your ship sail for? And this and that. And everything's going fine, except for, first of all, there's a severe issue with my hearing and his accent.
All right, so okay. you don't speak
very hard.
Well, these guys are in the Bahamas usually, aren't they?
Well, no. Well, I don't know about the Royal Caribbean one, but these guys are not.
So these guys were in Fucking Pakistan or something.
Yeah, somewhere, maybe
Yeah.
New Delhi or something at a call center.
Right.
And you can hear it's a real loud call center in the back.
Right.
So the bottom line is
There's a
they
lot
start
of
asking
senior
questions,
citizens out there.
and it says to me, he goes, the first weird thing was he wanted to know, well, he's like, okay, we got your cruise here. And for security purposes, what is the answer to your question, your security question?
No.
Yes.
Oh no, you gave them the answer. And the answer was
Yes.
the answer was jelly beans, wasn't it?
Jelly bean.
I knew it.
Yes. So we have a lot in common, you know.
That's it. Hear an easy guess.
But so then all of a sudden while I'm talking, Apple pops up with a charge.
Uh-huh.
There's a $60 finder fee. Well, why is
Your free
Why
service
is
costing you $60. Yeah.
yes, because it's a and then because there's no more room left on the shuttle. Possible because the cruise, this cruise I'm taking has I think I don't know what the boat handles, but there's over 6,000 or 7,000 people going to be on this cruise.
So the call center's busy with people just like you.
It's a concert cruise, so it's probably there. So that's the first thing I see. Then he starts talking about, well, did you pay your? I did see here you did not pay your port tax.
Oh.
Well, that's it. And I said, wait a minute, no, that's included in the in my pay.
Oh no, sorry, I'm sorry. No, this is not included at all.
Yeah, but it's even worse than it's so hard, and he speaks faster than me. It's crazy. So it's like, okay. So I said, well, what about the 60? Oh, we can get that right up, but don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Meanwhile, I got an email that says your password's been changed.
Oh no!
While we're talking, we're on the phone now for 40 freaking minutes.
Oh no!
They can't take that long to get a freaking ride on a shuttle, can it? I don't even think the ride is that long from the airport to the port.
All right, so hold on. What did they change the password to?
The password for my Royal Caribbean,
Which
he
has
wanted to have that information so he could act like he was working there, I think.
Okay, so does that have your credit card information in it and everything?
Yes.
Oh, that's a problem.
So I deleted that. I deleted the card off, period.
Yeah.
I turned it off, turned the card off while I'm talking to him. Meanwhile, I'm telling him, you are canceling everything that we've ordered from you, period. I don't know what's going on with you. But anything that comes across my card, I'm disputing as you are stealing from me at this point. I'm refusing. So you can do what you like. I said, but keep in mind that's an Apple card. They will screw you over if you try to screw with them.
Sure.
And meanwhile, I'm turning everything off. You got in your app, you turn the button off. In your wallet, and you just turn the charging button off. And then I turned around and reported the $60 to them. As a dispute, told them
now,
what that was
hold
all
on.
about.
So now what do you tell Apple? Hey, I'm an idiot and here's what I did? Or
honestly, I did. I just because they don't give you a choice of like, do you feel like you've been scammed or anything? Because I think everybody thinks they've been scammed. And I'm not sure if I was scammed or just they were just, it's a high pressure, fast talking. I'm going to get you on. I'm going to look up Uber for you because you're not capable and make you pay
No,
$60
you were totally scammed. That's a scam thing.
So it was, so go through all that stuff, and then I go through that, and I turn everything off, and then I followed up with, since your number is virtual, I got my new virtual credit card number.
Yeah. So you
That's
changed
the end
that.
of that because had that been on my regular credit card, I would have been effed.
Yeah.
They're 14, my whatever my credit limit is now would have been gone.
Well, you would have made somebody very, very happy. So
they would have emptied that out. But man, what a freaking mess!
Yeah.
And I was so PO'd about it. So I picked up and I went and found the Royal Caribbean number, period, the generic toll-free number.
Yeah.
And I told them about my first thing I wanted to ask them about the password. And they said, no, we don't. I don't think you're setting. She goes, well, let's see if your password's been changed. Can you get on your app? Got it right on my app. Well, then it hasn't been changed. I said, oh, what happened? She goes, well, I don't know what that is, but you might want to go on there and change your. So I changed that too, and then I put in a new password where how they have how Apple makes the passwords up and they're like ridiculously stupid, like you'll never get it.
Long numbers, yes, numbers and letters and dashes, yes,
all over the place. More confusing than reading the Torah. And it's all. So I got it all squared away. It took me. Well, fortunately, it didn't take me as long as that phone call did.
And for people just tuning in right now, this is how to get scammed by Mark Steele. You have learned so far today that if you give them all of your information, they will change your passwords and steal your identity.
Yeah, I thought because when you talk to Royal Caribbean sometimes, or anybody, they'll ask you to make sure that you verify who you are.
Right.
But and then I realized that. And then I realized, wait a minute, no, we're not really Royal Caribbean. We're affiliated with them. Well, I said, you are really bad affiliation, and I'm going to let them know that they should not be affiliated with you.
And Mark, they're not affiliated with them. You just called a scam number. That's all.
But that is crazy, huh?
I mean, yeah, I'd like to be surprised.
And I guess to so many people, because he had me going for a while till too many things were going like. He kept saying things that didn't make sense, and he was trying to overtalk me. I said, "Listen, I'm the customer. You're trying to sell me something because you're trying to talk over me talking to you."
Listen, buddy, let me tell you something you don't know about you. I'm going to tell you how it is. They don't care.
Oh my gosh! Oh, I just relived that again. I tell you what, I got so worked up that I started getting. My wife thought I was having a heart attack.
Yeah,
but it was just that. You get muscle spasms, right? Cramps from not drinking enough water, things like that.
I mean, yeah, I guess sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes. Yeah, I've gotten them all my life, and I get these new ones now that are like in my stomach muscles, and what happens? The cramp will go up underneath my ribs.
Yeah.
You can't kind of work it out, and then you're gripping your chest. Scares a lot of people.
Every time that every time you give your information out to somebody, that's what happens. Mark.
Oh, I'm just not anymore. I'm not. I'm sticking to what I know and what I know. Honest to goodness, I would have been better off just getting off the plane and going did a circle there and got into one of the cabs one of the 500 cabs lined up.
Yep.
And let them drive me over to the port of Miami.
Yep. You'd have been, you're right. You're right. Well.
And then call a cab and say, hey, I need a cab picking me up here.
Hey, the important thing is you figured it out before it cost you any money, and everything's fine. And they're the ones that are going to have to live with themselves for scamming the elderly, which is you are officially the scammed elderly now. Congratulations. I feel like I should get you something, but I'm afraid to give you my credit card number.
You can see me I know you can see me because we use FaceTime, and you seen my head down, and I'm just kind of shaking my
Mark's
head. I got off the phone. Honest to goodness, this is a true thing. I got off the phone and I got done, and I looked at my wife and said, "I feel like crying. I feel like I'm an idiot."
Yeah.
And she's like, no. I said, I go, well, why does it never happen to you then? And she says, because you do all this stuff. I never do it.
That's a solid point.
I don't want to get scammed.
Solid point. That's a solid point.
So, okay.
So right. You know how I always ask you to watch things or read things or listen to things? I'm going to send you a YouTube website of a scammer, of a reverse scam bait guy who's actually here in the Tampa Bay area who
really
does nothing but target these people. So if you want to feel better about this, I'm going to send you a link, and I'm going to show you what this guy does to these reverse. He gets into their computers, and then he gets into their network, and then he looks at all their cameras that they have around their office, sees what they're wearing, learns all their names, gets the address of where it is, and when he's ready to strike, he'll say, "Hey Sanjay, tell Meerkat who's sitting next to you right there, that's a lovely plaid shirt," and then you'll see them live as he types, and I'll just say, "What the F?" And then they start looking around, and next thing everybody's taping up the cameras on their computer screens. And not long after that, the police show up and arrest everybody.
I was going to say, they start shredding documents and stuff.
No, because first of all, this is usually India, and the Indian police are in on the whole thing. There was one that I watched just this week where there was an Indian politician, somebody who was in the Indian Senate, who was working with these two guys who owned a big call center, and every time the cops would get tipped off, they would arrest everybody and they would put them all on TV, and they're all hanging their heads in shame, and then they just would go right back to work, and nothing would happen because this politician would just get everybody out. So this guy, took him a year and a half that I was watching. It was this 3 or 4 long, it was like an hour and a half worth of videos I watched of them having ups and downs of trying to get these scammers until they finally smoked out that politician. And when they smoked out that politician, then they were able to go after the guys who actually owned multiple call centers and put those guys in jail and get this guy kicked out of Congress and thrown in jail. So it actually worked.
So basically, there's laws in India and all these different places to stop this.
Yes.
It's just that they're like a mob type thing or something. They just got people on the take or whatever.
No one. It's kind of
organized.
Like it's kind of like here. No one cares.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess they must figure if you're stupid, then you're just stupid. Because I do. That's what I really feel like. It's like you feel like, well, you're stupid enough. That's what happens.
Well, I don't know if stupid is the right word that I would use. I mean, I would say, naive enough, because I mean, all you're doing is you're not making an unreasonable request. You're looking to get something done for a service that you need provided, that the cruise ship obviously provides, and all you want to do is get it done and go on with your day. You don't have time to be sitting around thinking, okay, what kind of brown scammers am I calling on the other side of the world right now who barely speak English? But because everybody has moved all of their businesses to those types of places, we're just kind of used. We're used to talking.
You're used to that name now.
I mean, if you've ever talked to somebody on the phone,
my name is Bill. And it's
right.
like, no, it isn't.
Yeah, no, it isn't. Yeah, come on. What kind of wacky packy name do you have there, buddy? Was it? I know it's not Sanjay, and then so what these guys do? These reverse scammers, they learn the language. They are fluent in the language that these guys speak, and they know all of the insults in their language to speak to them.
Wow.
And oh my God, does it piss them off? There's another guy that I watched, this ethical hacker guy. He's a totally different channel, but he has fake bank accounts that are on his computer. So he lets the scammer get into his computer and start clicking around. But what the scammer doesn't know is while the scammer is into this guy's computer, he's backtracing the scammer's computer, and he's getting into the scammer's real bank account, and he's taking real money out of their bank account, tens of thousands of dollars at a time sometimes. Oh, wow. And these guys have a goddamn stroke when they see. They're like, no, I told you, you fucking idiot. What did you do? Where did the money go? He's just like, well, I don't know. I just, I did what you told me to do. Is it you were?
No.
Oh my God! They'll argue with him and swear at him.
My.
And this guy, has a voice changer, makes him sound like an old lady, and it's spot on. You would never know. And he'll just say, well, let me get my grandson on the phone. And there's one that has the head of some big antivirus company who's reverse scams with this guy, and he'll say, what did you do, Mom? And she needs to put the money back. They're just losing their minds. And they're both. Oh, you're gonna have to watch it because it'll make you feel so much better.
Better, yes.
So
man, oh man, oh, what a day though.
Yeah. Try not to do that again if you can.
Yeah. Well, I need to take a breather here. Let's take a quick break, and then we can get back into, I don't know, something that I'm not breaking or doing wrong.
Everything's fine.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.
So on this show, I may have been accused before of making fun of Mark for being an elderly gentleman who does,
yes.
And I said, Mark, when you and I, all of our conversations start to be about the doctor and doctor's visits and the one I just had and the one I'm coming up, and you won't believe where they put their finger, then we're going to know that it's time to really think about this podcast phone call. So, but I had to make a doctor's appointment this week, and I am a lot younger than you, like decades younger than you. because my knee.
I never even knew how old you were ever. Never. We never discussed age.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
I don't know if you, I knew you knew I was older than you, but I don't think you knew I was as old as I was.
Oh, no, I did. You just forgot because you're old.
Oh, okay. I think I was in my 30s when I met you, right?
Yeah, and I was in my early 20s when I met you.
Okay.
I was a mere child. I was barely legal enough to drink. I just started experimenting with Jack Daniels and the Devil's Lettuce.
Why were you so mature compared to me? Why did you have like common sense and stuff?
Because that's
I was like a dumb kid.
It's like because I had a father and a grandfather who raised me to be like that.
Yeah, actually, I might have been like 33 or 34 when I knew you, actually.
Yeah, I think I was probably 23, 24. So I think I'm about 10 or 12 years younger than you. Let's not say
the 30s,
how
I was
old
still
we
in
are.
West Palm Beach.
Yeah.
So I didn't make it. I got up to Macon yet.
You did still have hair like somebody in a boy band. I'll say that for you.
Yes.
You had that like little poofy wave thing going on. I don't know what that was.
I saw some old pictures. It was kind of like interesting. You know what? It was really weird though. I saw a picture of me when I got on that Nutrisystem.
Oh yeah.
When they were asking us to do that, and I went down to like 190. No, it wasn't Nutrisystem. No, that was another place. It was when that doctor heard me talking about my medical ailments then, and he called and said when we went to break, he says, "You're going to come see me right after the show."
Yeah, he was.
And you have any palpitations or pain? Call the ambulance. He thought I was ready to stroke out and heart attack right then. Remember?
Yeah, dude. I think back then the big weight loss thing back in the 90s was called Fen-Phen. Do you remember that? I think that's what you were taking.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like fentanyl, dude. The Fen stands for fentanyl. You were taking like diluted fentanyl. I guess it worked.
Oh my gosh.
Fen-Phen.
I remember he put me on his diet. I could eat salads and beans.
And where is this doctor now? That's right. He's scamming money out of you in the cruise with the cruise line. That's where he is.
But he got me thin, though.
He got you thin. He also got your Apple credit card too. Yeah. It's twice.
Thank goodness for Apple credit cards. I'm telling you, it's the best investment I ever made.
Yeah, my Amex does the same thing.
All that stuff, man. I love that.
Yeah,
man.
it's all very handy. But
anyway,
yeah, so
what's going on with you?
So the kids and I decided that we were going to take Monday and go to Kissimmee over in Orlando to go to the Mecum Classic Car Auction because daughter's boyfriend had 5 or 6 cars that he has running in that auction, and we had to go take some stuff. So we just kind of had to go anyway. So I took a day off and went up there with the kids, and I walked 11,000 steps and saw some of the most amazing cars that I've ever seen in my life. And the day before that, I rode my bike 18 miles. So, I'm getting out there. I'm feeling good. I'm hanging out. And now I'm crippled, man. My freaking knee is absolutely crippled. I can hardly walk on my right knee. And it's been 4 days. Usually when I overdo it, it takes a couple of days and I'm fine.
Right.
And now I'm thinking to myself, I guess I could go to the Goodwill and get a cane or something. What should I do? I mean, do I just suck this up? Should I get a cane? Is that admitting defeat? I don't know what to do. I'm going to call the doctor. So I finally called the doctor today, and they were like, "Oh, so you ever did it?" And I said, "Yeah, that's what I thought it was, but it's not getting better this time. This is 4 days later, and I'm not doing good." So they're going to get me in at the end of the month, literally 2 weeks from yesterday. So
what is this now? This is a regular doctor? Is this
no? I skipped my regular doctor. So I am what you call savvy with the internet, and I logged into my patient portal. So instead of calling and saying, "Yes, I need to get an appointment with the orthopedic doctor, please," well, we're going to need you to come in and see your primary care physician, and you're going to have to get a physical and blah blah blah. I logged onto the portal and I went click 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 click. I have a knee problem. Click, and it says somebody will call you today. And I'm like, and 5 minutes later, somebody calls me and says, "Yeah, we can set you up at the orthopedic doctor on this date at this time." I'm like, whoa. Well, that was it. Now I got to go see the other doctor that's going to tell me I'm fat and I need to lose more weight, and that's why my knee's fucked up. Like I don't already know. Just fix it. I don't need your beration. So
you're going to probably end up with therapy then, maybe, huh?
What kind of therapy? I've had therapy. It never helps. Oh,
No, that's
knee
physical
therapy.
therapy.
No, physical
Yes.
therapy. I don't know. I've never gone to this kind of a doctor before, and this knee has been screwed up for 3-4 years now, and I've just been kind of living with it because I have a knee brace. I know.
What did you do to it then? Originally, did you bang? Is this an old injury?
Yeah, no, but this is a I was startled is what happened. I was scared.
Oh, it happens.
Yeah. So it was when we were up in the mountains, and it was the middle of summer, and we were having a thunderstorm was apparently about to start. So it's just like you getting those big fat raindrops. So I'm coming out of the bottom of the house, and I've got to walk up this really steep hill to get up to where the car was, which is literally 2 stories above where I was coming from. And it's like a 45-degree angle, man. It is steep. And
I know what you're talking
so
about.
I'm kind of walking up there. I had to go downstairs to get my raincoat. That's why I was walking back around. I didn't want to go all the way upstairs and around it. And so I thought, I'll just go around the outside. It'll be easier. And I got my raincoat. And I'm halfway up that big steep hill, and lightning hits right on top of my head, and I just ran. And when I ran, I pulled something in my knee, and it has never been the same. So this is the fault of me making all those jokes about, if I ever step into church, I'm going to get hit by lightning. So.
You know what? That's wild, though. But no, it's true because I hurt my shoulder, and I don't even know where I did it because I never remember hearing a pop or anything like that. I'm going to physical therapy for my shoulder. You can see this. They can't. See how I do this perfectly fine, right?
Yeah.
Watch this.
Oh, yeah, you can't go up all the way.
That's as high. Yeah, it's as high as I can go. They've been working on that for about a month. And then, you ready for this?
Oh, boy.
How do you like walking off a step in front of Marshall's into the street and practically making myself go blind?
What?
I have a tear in my iris from making a step and jarring my head.
Well,
yeah,
probably don't do that again.
Every 6 months, I got to go in and they got to run these tests over my eye to make sure it's not tearing worse. Because if there's one small tear, they got to operate immediately.
Oh my
I have
God.
a test I have to take on my eye once a week. That if I see it blurry, I immediately got to call his cell phone. Don't even bother calling it because we're going to the hospital and he's going to have to operate on my eye. I'll be blind.
Do you know what my biggest?
Just from making a step off of Marshall's.
How did you go blind, sir? I stepped off a curb. Oh, did you fall? No.
No, I did. Landed perfectly. It was just a long drop.
Oh my God. There's this YouTube page of these 3 asshole, millennial, younger millennials, and their whole gig is they watch or they listen to podcasts or they watch people's YouTube channels, and the 3 of them do nothing but rip the channels. And I'm afraid those guys are going to discover this podcast. And
I can't wait.
And they're going to hear what we just talked about.
But we're going to be huge, though, right?
No, not at all. I don't think so. No, because
it doesn't help your ratings because sometimes people like to look at the accident.
That's what we should change the name of the show to. Erica and Mark, the Accident, because that's kind of what this show is. It's kind of what it sounds like. And you guys were trying to do a podcast, but you had an accident.
Maybe it's called crap. Just go ahead and record it.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have to get Brian to reread Erica and Mark, the Accident. Because that's what this feels like right now. Should we take a break from the accident? Because I have to get some water.
Yeah. Let's take a break from the accident.
All right.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.
Can we just end this early? I mean, because there's no need to prolong this, I feel. I'm kind of self-conscious about this now.
Well, I wanted to end this with something that in my retirement, I'm retired. You know that?
I know.
They know that. I know this.
I always think it's retarded, but no, it's retired. I got to write that down because the spelling.
Well, both.
Very, very similar.
I was the latter before I was the most recent.
R-E-T. Okay, I got it.
Okay. Guess what I got today? An email.
Yeah. Okay. You got an email
at 1:43 p.m. my time.
It was somebody saying, "We need your credit card number if you want to go on your cruise." And you clicked it, and now you're going around the world.
No, I got a deny letter. I got a thanks for replying letter.
Oh, for who?
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Dear Mark, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for your interest in our news producer opportunity. The hiring team has decided to not fill this position at this time.
Oh.
We will be glad to keep your resume on file should we become aware of any other appropriate positions in the near future. I would also encourage you to visit the website as new positions become available. Thank you again for your interest and good luck in all your future endeavors. Best regards, Odyssey do not reply. Odyssey Inc.
Of course
now,
not.
Here's the funny part. You know what? You know when I last applied at Odyssey?
Probably before the pandemic.
No, actually, when I retired from Cumulus.
Oh, okay. So that was what?
2022.
2022. It's 3 years ago. And
I guess they were going through their public files and said, "Oh crap, we didn't get this guy his turn." And you know what's funny was I didn't need one because we talked on the phone. It was actually for a traffic reporter.
Yeah.
And I was going to do it part time just to have something to do.
Right.
Because it's like right across the, it's literally right across the lake from me where they're in down. I'm 35 minutes away. Well, more when there's people driving around, but it's not that far. I said, I'll go in there and do that. Mm-hmm. And then we got to talking, and he ended up hiring somebody else. And he says, between you and another person, and he called back, you're going to go with this other person. I said, oh, that's okay. And then when I heard, I said, is that the one it's on now? And today, he goes, yeah. I go, oh, well, no wonder. I said, if I knew I was up against her, I would have just resigned. She's smoking. She's good, really good at what she's just. He goes, wow, I never heard anybody say that before. I said, because the truth is the truth. I never did traffic before. You were just trying to throw me a bone because I'm an old timer, and you figured I work cheap, and it's all true.
Dear Mark,
she's good.
We've decided to turn you down. You're so bad that we've decided to turn you down
That's what I
for
want
a
to hear,
second time some years later. Please expect to hear from us again in 2 to 3 years.
And then actually he got me the interview at the Louisiana News Network in Baton Rouge, and I was going to go do that, and I realized I didn't want to drive an hour to work and an hour back home for $25 an hour, 3 hours a day. That's $75 a day for 2 or 3 days. It's going to cost me more in gas.
Yeah,
and I'm just not. And news is not my thing. It never was. I tried news at when I was working for, what was it, KBB? Is that what it was?
Yeah, Kelly
KBB?
Blue Book. Yeah.
No, the radio station. Was it WKBB?
I don't know. Where was that?
No. When am I getting the where we went to school?
Oh, in Fort Lauderdale?
Broader broadcast. Wasn't it KBB? They had their call letters. What was their call letters?
No, when I went to that crappy radio school, they were still building that radio station. We had to go into a production room and pretend that we were on the radio.
Oh, no, we actually had it. But it was, that was funny. The
that.
minute you left, what got out into the Albertsons parking lot, the signal started to fade.
Right.
So it was literally no tower or anything like that. But yeah, but I mean, I did news there.
I used to work at that Albertsons.
Bunch of stuff, and it's like I didn't, it wasn't my, it wasn't my scene. But it was just I just thought it's kind of funny. It's like 3 years later. So I like it better than just that I didn't pass. We failed an audit. I like it better was we just thought about this, and you were pretty bad at this, so we decided. And the funny thing is we decided not to hire anybody. No, you hired somebody who was just better than me.
We're gonna need to reject you again in case you're thinking of reapplying here. Just don't. We're saving you the trouble of applying here again.
We're saving you from yourself.
Yes,
you were really never that good to begin with, Mark.
This is you
lucked your way through the whole damn thing.
Yeah, this is a pre-rejection letter because our psychics have discovered that you are going to apply again. And the Odyssey psychic team would like to let you know that it's not for you. God, now, you know what, dude? Now you got me thinking about that old radio school in Fort Lauderdale we went to back in the 80s when I knew that I may be wasting my time on the first day that we were there, because they had the entire class. They were going to split them up to 3 different instructors, I guess, 20 kids at a time. And everybody was in one big room, and they were kind of assessing everybody. And it was just fucking brutal, because everybody got a little bit of Associated Press wire copy, just to, rip and read this news story. And everybody had to stand up in front of the class and do it. And there were people who were shy. There was one guy who stood up with some Southern accent, and he's just like, today in Little Rock, Arkansas, the police, he said, and I'm thinking like, who in? So I guess they'll just take anybody at this school who has money. So shit, am I wasted my time here? What am I doing? Yeah. But
did you pay anything? Did you?
Yeah, I did. Of course, I paid to go.
I paid some of it, but somebody got me some free money. But I had to pay a majority of it. It was like $10,000.
Dude, I know. I had a bunch of stock. So when I worked at the Albertsons grocery store, I would take a large percentage of my paycheck and I would buy stock from Albertsons. And I didn't realize how much stock in Albertsons I had, because I worked there for 3 years, all while, even after I had left school in Fort Lauderdale. And I had this, I think it was like $13,000 I owed, because I had the apartment that I lived in too. So my mom's looking at me like, so I guess I'll just pay this because you sure can't. And and then I got a letter from Albertsons that had a thing. I'm like, what is this? And it says, oh, I have to call this phone number. Let me call this phone number, and because I know I have some stock. And I had like $15,000 in stock from Albertsons that was just sitting there. And, in 1988, I figured this out. I'm like, oh, well, that'll pay my school loans off, and I'll have a little extra money. There you go, Mom. You're good. You don't got to pay for my school. So, but dude, man, I had to make a choice. I remember sitting there and thinking, I should pack up all of my stuff and go back to Sarasota, because this is a terrible idea. But I decided to make the best of it. And I decided to give myself just put everything you can into it. Don't worry about anybody else. You do the best job that you can, and maybe you'll learn something. And from what everybody had told me, that's the place to go to get the experience that you can't get anywhere else. So that's literally the bottom floor place where you can go to help get your foot in the door somewhere. So I thought, all right, I'll stick it out and see what happens. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I stuck it out, because
it was a very good place to network, honest to goodness. And because people would be there more like, would if you were smart and you talked to the guidance counselor, whatever she was there.
Yeah, Marge.
The placement office, Marge. Yeah. She would give you you work for free, but you would get some really good experience. From there.
Marge got me 2 jobs. She got me one job that I couldn't find a place to live because it was too expensive down in the Keys. Then she got me another job in Georgia that I had for 2 years. So Marge was great. So there were 3 people out of my class of about 20 that actually went on to be in radio. How many do you know of that were in your class that actually went on to be in radio?
One.
Was it you?
One, no, well, 2, counting me. One guy, actually, he really liked sports, and he ended up in the Panhandle on a sports station. I don't know where he got to now, and I can't exactly remember what his name was. There was one guy that was so talented, it wasn't even funny. Yeah. You remember when did you have to make a commercial with a video recorder when you were
sure.
at school?
Yeah.
Okay, when we did, I had him act out I did a used car lot commercial, and we used the cars that were parked in the parking lot. And put signs on them, and he would go, how much? That's foolish. Ripping it off. One of those crazy Eddie type things. That guy was so funny and so brilliant, and he never got a radio job that I know of. And he should have had a radio job. He was one of the funniest people I'd ever seen. He was just naturally funny. Yeah. But he liked to drink.
There's why, right there. That's why.
And he and I would end up like I had to watch myself, because I don't want to go back to the Coke days again, because by that time I was clean. But it was like, you remember the little bar that was right next to the school.
Oh, the grape nut or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we would go in there around 11 o'clock, start pounding Jaegers and drinking beer.
Yeah. Everybody else is getting brunch and he's doing Jaeger bombs. Yeah, that'd be why he never got on the radio, Mark, right there. You develop a drinking problem after you get into radio, not before.
Yes, like everybody else.
Yes. Oh, God.
All right. Hey, guess what I found, by the way?
What?
I found Dewey, which was one of my favorite characters.
Oh, from when we were on QBZ. Yeah.
Nowadays, we could just let the thing out of the bag, right? Where Dewey came from and everything like that.
Yes, please. Tell me where he came, because I don't remember.
Dewey came from the Connecticut School of Broadcasting out of West Palm.
So how did you know him?
And his name was Mark Elliott.
Okay.
That was his radio name. I don't know what his real last name was. And Mark worked part-time teaching, because that's what a lot of the guys ended up teaching back in the school.
Yeah.
Right? At the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. And he worked part-time at WOVV with me.
Right.
And I met him there, and he just hit him off. And he's the guy that, I think I might have told you that, he made that video on how to get into radio.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
DJ in a Box, I think it's called. And he sold that for like $1 million or something like that.
Fucking genius. That's awesome. Good for him. Well, the guy did a really good stoner character on our show.
Oh, man.
He was pretty funny.
It was like a mixture of Spicoli and Chung.
Yeah. He was Stone Spicoli getting out of the VW bus.
He's really a stone.
Yeah, and he would comment on the news.
And all you had to do was give him like what you're trying to do. Like,
yeah.
We're trying to talk about this and this.
Yeah.
And the one time he did one where it was about the pollen on the cars.
Is that what you got?
No, I wish I did. I got the last Dewey, so we're leaving, and he can't quite figure out where we're going.
All right.
And if he can come and something like that.
Oh, so you got a bit from our very last show in 95 or 96.
We need to find some more Deweys because Dewey was a classic.
Yeah, he was good.
He was a classic. Actually, I ran out of Dewey. Couldn't find him after I moved to Hattiesburg, and that's when I would call you, and you would be the not Dewey, but you would do these different things. Working at different places.
I was doing voices for you. I don't remember that at all.
Yes. You were one of the ones that was funny and actually helped me get the job. My next job was where I called you, and I was trying to talk to the National Weather Service.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like I was trying to tell my morning show partner at the time, tell her that it's just like QVC. You can order the weather. And you were like, kept trying to tell the weather. I said, no, how much is it going to cost me to get sun? Because I got stuff to do that day.
Oh, sun. I'm not sure we can do sun, but sun's going to really cost you. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I kind of do remember that now. I used to do stuff, I guess, for you. I used to do stuff for Rocco when he was on WAAF in Boston. And then Opie and Anthony heard that, so I would do stuff for Opie and Anthony when they were in Boston. And then when they went to New York, I would do stuff for them when they were on XRK,
Sirius?
on K-Rock in New York.
Oh.
No,
wow.
No, not on Sirius. When they were still on K-Rock, when they were fighting with Howard Stern. God, who else did I do stuff with? I did stuff for Rocco when he was in Portland, Oregon as well. And who else?
Rocco.
I did another bit for a friend of a friend that was in Dover, Delaware, wherever that is, south of Philadelphia, I guess. And there was another one. I can't remember where it was. Oh, it was at K-Pig. My old general manager went to K-Pig in Monterey, and I did some stuff for them as well. But it's all kind of hazy, man. That was like 30 years ago, man. Now I sound like Dewey. Play some Dewey. Play us out with some Dewey, and I'm going to send you some literature about how not to get scammed. You
thank you.
You stay off the phone and stay off the internet. God's sake.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Off the internet. The internet's no good for me.
All right, well, have a good week. And here's Dewey.
You too.
Q106 REM, Man on the Moon. The Q Morning Crew here for the last time. Last day for our little show. Next Thursday will be the debut of the brand new morning show right here on Q106. Do not miss it. They are funny guys. I'm going to work in the afternoons and get to sleep in. Mark will get to sleep in a lot more. He's working 7 to midnight.
I'll be doing 7 to midnight until I can get myself back home, probably move back. And if I don't work that out, I might even show up here with the same company, just at a different thing on a different side of the radio. I don't know if anybody remembers AM or not.
Town to
besides
town.
the morning.
Just don't be sad. Think of it as the WKRP theme song. Town to town, up and down the dial. Hey, maybe you and me were never meant to be. Just baby, think of me once in a while.
He remembers word for word. Isn't that scary?
That's it. I've freaked out the Hooters girls now. Let's go to the phone, see who we have on here. Hello, Q106, who's this?
Hey, guys.
Oh, no. It's Dewey,
It's
isn't
me,
it?
Dewey.
Hey, Dewey. How are you?
Dewey?
What's up, guys?
Nothing, man. What's up with you?
What's the big deal, man?
Well, we're leaving. Today's our last day.
Yeah, for everybody. It's the weekend, man.
No. I mean, we're leaving. This is our last show.
No, man, you'll be back Monday just like everybody else, man.
No, we're not going to be back on...
That's the way it works. You'd think you guys would know by now.
Dewey.
Everybody can sign off for a couple days on Friday, man.
Yeah, I know. And that's usually
what Saturday and Sunday is all about.
Yeah, we're very familiar with the whole concept
the whole concept of a week, and then
You're trying to create some sort of panic, man.
No, we're not. This is our last show. There's a new show coming on next Thursday.
Yeah, there's a new show coming Thursday, and we're going to go about doing some other things.
Right, and you'll be on Monday, though, man.
Well, we'll be around Monday.
Yeah, I'll be here Monday. I'll be here at 7 p.m., and I'll be working till midnight.
I'm going to take a couple of days off,
No, I think you guys are wrong, man.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's Saturday tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah.
So you won't be on the air.
Right.
And then Sunday, man.
Uh-huh.
You won't be on the air.
That's true again.
And I'll be at church. Okay.
And then Monday,
yeah,
you'll be on the air.
No, dude. This
Cool, man.
Today, Friday. Okay. Let's think about this. Friday, August 25th. We are 4 months away from Christmas to the day. This is hey. Let's hear it for Christmas coming.
Yeah.
All right.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too, Dewey. In case we don't talk to you, because we're not going to be here, Dewey.
No, man.
You can call the new guys, though, I'm sure.
You're creating a panic, man.
We're not creating a panic. All right, Dewey. You'll just have to find out for yourself.
It's like the storm that never happened, man.
What? What the hell are you talking about? Oh, he's saying that because we said it was going to rain yesterday.
Oh.
That's what it is.
You guys are always wrong, man.
I know.
No, we're not predicting. We're not predicting this, and it's
already done.
It's happened.
How am I going to get CDs?
Well, you just hang on and I'll tell you, okay?
All right, man.
All right, buddy.
Do you want a CD?
Do we want a CD?
Dewey, thanks for calling, okay? And we hope to see you again down the road, okay, buddy?
Miss you guys.
All right, man.
All right, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Feeling Erica and Mark. The phone call.
Dizzy from